Well, all right. Thank you for joining me back here on the Bayou Gold Guy Rock Tumbling Edition. And as you can see, we've got a little extra something here on the pile beside us on this one. Well, I Sunday yesterday we had the St. Patrick's Day parade, so I a week had been up since we put in the polishing stage of our rocks, and I was going to take them out. I took them out and rinsed them all off good. That fine polish grit had stuck to all of this stuff. I had to scrub this thing out like crazy. I took the toothbrush and scrubbed it off of each stones. It just left a white haze on everything. Uh, Put in the soap and did the 24-hour burnish stage started. After I had that running, I went downtown to see if we could catch some vegetables for St. Patrick's Day parade. And we were at the end of town, so literally this is pretty pitiful. I got a nice big pepper, a few I don't know what these little crispy Rice crispy things are, but they're chocolate and chewy, and they're really good. And they're cookies, honey buns, fruit, roll-ups, snacks, all that kind of crap. And then a little frisbee there, our cool they're plastic, but they're 4-leaf clover for good luck. So but it wasn't much good luck for me. They got some potatoes and onions, you can see there, and a big carrot. And so yeah, almost the last float's coming through, and I'm been getting shots of it throughout. Some good shots of them nailing my bucket. I had a 5-gallon bucket they'd throw this in, and I dropped the damn camera, and it's got this rubber impact case on it, so when it hit, it bounced underneath the float, jumped about 4 feet into the street, and bounced under the float. And it had a curtain around the edge of it, so I couldn't see it, but it just wasn't worth trying to reach under to grab it before the thing would run me over. So once it was done, it rolled over, and my screen is crushed, my back is crushed. The only thing it's not crushed is the camera on it. But when it did it, it selectively erased all the day's videos that I'd done, and then previous ones for about 2 weeks on it, and then it stopped. But I mean, they're off of the phone, they're off of the gallery save. They're off. They're not even in my photos. You get Google Photos, so I don't know why it erased all of that off of everything. But so we are down to now. So I'm afraid we missed the polish, the final polish look at them before we do the burnish. So we'll pick up on it here, and I'm hoping. I've got a new phone because I don't know if y'all were following, but my phone was out for like 3 weeks whenever they changed the 5G over. Ordered one from Amazon, it wasn't right. Finally went and bought one at Walmart. Took them a week to change over because I needed to keep the same number since I've had it for 16 years, and my business and contacts and all that know it. And yeah, so I finally got my phone back, but I ended up buying just a $50 cheap ass phone to have a phone to use, and I was going to keep using this my more expensive S8 here to do the videos, because it's got the 64 memory. The new one has only 32, and it's got all my editing program on it and all that. So I don't know that the other phone will load up all of that and have room to do videos. I'll just have to erase it every time they're done. But so I'm still trying to see if this will work for videos and for my editing aspect of it, and be able to. But I mean, it's crushed. I don't really want to keep using it because you can feel the glass crunching around in it when I move. The screens, the casing on it, the clear casing on the front and the back that's protected, all that's keeping it from falling apart. So, all right, well, they definitely look a lot better than they did when they came out of the polish yesterday after scrubbing them down and then rewashing them. But now the question is, are they going to have that shine? So let's get them rinsed off good and check them out. All right, we've got it washed off. There was actually still some bit of white haze on this one, and I'm thinking this may be one. You can see whenever the water wipes off of it, it's shiny, but it doesn't have that glassy look. So some of these may be the type that won't get glassy, or that's the jasper. Does that get the look like we're about to dry them off and do the test and see how many of them look, but that's the tiger eye. Came out looking really nice, and I really like the smaller piece that flaked off the tiger eye that turned out to be really cool. And then we've got our 7 ocean picture stones with, that have a varying degree of different look to them. There's our cube that came out. You can see more definition in the striations and the lines. This is a neat piece. It was one of the square ones, but you can actually see the layering of color underneath the surface, where if it was ground down more, it would expose a different layer of color. So really, really cool. And this one brought out a lot of black in it that didn't show up before. Can't see here in the light, in the shattered lens. That's my thumb. Okay, there we go. But yeah, you can see the little black striations that have shown up in this one. So like I said, each one of them has its own neat characteristics to it for sure. And some of my favorites, though, for sure, are these cobalt blues with the different patterns and veining in them that just really have a neat look to them. That one has it's not ocean picture stone, but it looks like oil painting stone or something, because it definitely has a look of something being done to it other than just being a cool rock. But yeah, they like I said, the veining in these, whatever type, these came with the tumbler, just like the other quartz. There's our big quartz piece that they sent, and you can see the translucence coming through on it much more. Made for a very cool piece. With the and then there's my big piece that I did that I'd thrown in of the quartz, and same thing. It looks much more transparent coming through. So, and then our leopard stones that shaved down pretty small, but they all made it through. So that was really cool. So yeah, there's a little piece of turquoise that survived all the way. And there was one piece that had the looks like opal in it. There's that little white right there. Let's see if we can get it to show up. It has that kind of mother of pearl look to it, but whenever you turn it in the light, when the sun keeps going in and out here, but you can see little tiny specks of rainbow color in it, like you would an opal. So very, I can see it here in this light. I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick it up any of it, but yeah, there's little specks all through the veining on it. So, all right, well, we're going to dump out the water and dry these up and see what kind of glassy look we have on them, and then decide if we're going to load them up for another 7 days of fine polishing to make a difference. I'm going to send a text to my rock mentor there, Jeb and Jeff, and see if he what he would recommend. So, but first we got to dry them up. You can't tell anything until they're dry. So let's get them dry and see what they come to.
Still filming? Still on film. Cool, a bunch of little bitty rocks. But it ain't all the way through, dude. It's just smooth. It's like a windshield. Got that one got up. It's the softness of it now when you tap it, but you just touch. Oh, look, the car's way underneath there. tires will be underneath you.
I know it. That's how far it bounced in. Instead of bubbles, it's all fucking onion mandibles. Yeah, onion skin they're throwing you.
And
Hey, hey, you remember when we used to do Gary? Used to give them the fucking peanut ash in the peanut? Yeah.
flashlight works.
That's with a case on.
Oh, that was the case.
No, that's the case getting protected.
Oh, did you go through it? Boy, that's damn a lot of weight.
Well, it seems to still be running. I don't know if it's working or not. We'll see if it didn't look like it crushed the camera, but my screen shattered in my. Yeah, but we got another batch of cookies, some honey buns, more cookies, another cabbage, a bunch of potatoes. But it's gonna suck, man, if this ruins my. I'm gonna have to get yet another phone for YouTube. Is that the end of the parade? They're bringing up the rear.
Get him, rock! Get him, rock! Watch out, boy! Another phone.
And here comes the traffic behind them that's coming through town. All that line of cars back there is all cars and ready to come up the street. So that's hilarious. All right, well, thank you for joining me on this finale of parades in Houma, and you got to you will check out the view from underneath the float if the camera was pointing up when it ran over my phone. So we'll see if it was worth it. All right, that was a little clip. That's all I had of the parade left out of an hour and a half after the float ran over my camera. So you can see, I gave my buddy one of those cabbages because I'm not even going to eat the one that I've got probably for what you have to do with it to try to cook it down. So, but yeah, that was the last parade for the season, and yeah, it cost me this camera. Looks like it's pretty hard to use now to see, but so our rocks are all dried, and I have to say some of them actually have a pretty glassy look to them there. There's some of them that aren't. That one's like that jasper there's very smooth, just like that. You can see the shine on that tiger's eye compared to the jasper still has that. It's got the sheen, but it's still got that flat, kind of a more porous surface, like this blue piece here. You can see the modeling in it. It still has like I said, a porous feel to it rather than the slick, shiny feel like these. But yeah, look at that. That's it's still got some inclusions there where it probably could have been ground down more when we were in the earlier stages. But I mean, I'm really pretty happy with these. Like I said, that ocean picture stone there has a nice glassy. And these I didn't put any oil or any of the baby oil on them. These are just, they've been set out there in the sun drying. And same thing, the cube, it's more porous, and you can see it did not shine. It does not have that glassy look to it that these other ones do. They're not cored. That was a piece that was cored out of the rock, as opposed to these chips that were broken out of the formations that he was, going after. So, but yeah, I mean, look at that. That's like I said, that's a pretty nice shine and a pretty cool looking stone. Even the smaller one, that one's got a very nice glassy look to it. You can see the sheen, and made for. You can see a lot of detail in the stone itself. So yeah, like I said, I'm really this one's a little bit duller because it's got a pretty good shine. I was gonna say it had a little more porous areas on it that would pick up, but still a very nice look to that one. And then this other smaller one here that I was showing earlier that had the layers, where you can really see the layers showing up in it there, where if it was ground down more, it would expose more of that brown, the rust. But yeah, so I mean, all those really turned out good. And again, that quartz piece, very shiny. It flaked off some as it went. I'm wondering if some of this white might still be some of that polishing stuff from the fine polish dust that might still be in there. There's our big piece of the rose quartz, and it you can see it does have a nice shine to it. And then these small, like I said, a lot of these smaller pieces really look. Like I said, but yeah, that quartz, I mean, it does when it's sitting down there. It has a nice glass. Look at our agate. There's our agate. I mean, common. I think that's what it is with the color inside there, right? Cracked open, but I wasn't sure how it was going to come out because there was so much different, material on the surface. It was having to work through different, hardnesses and the veining and stuff. It's not all the same, but I think it came out looking really pretty, and again, a nice shine on it. So, like I was saying, these little smaller pieces all really have a nice sheen to them. And again, that blue, that beautiful cobalt blue stuff that came with it. And then our other big piece, that what I thought for sure was going to crack. I had a couple of comments, people saying they were surprised more of these didn't break when they've got the cleavage going through them like that. That's usually a crack that'll separate in the tumble, but it held up and really made for a nice, nice big flat piece of jasper. I think that's jasper, right? But and then again, like I said, there's our big piece of the green jasper that it doesn't have quite the same glassy. It's got a good shine to it, but it lacks a little bit of the glassiness. And all that white showed up again. I'm wondering if that could be some of that white polishing powder still embedded in this thing. I used a toothbrush on these for 30 minutes, cleaning that crap off, and really had to scrub hard to get it off. First I just tried wiping it down with a towel, but that wasn't doing it. So, but yeah, man, I'm I think this is pretty cool, and I'll be interested to see what I don't know. Would more polishing, another week of polishing, do anything more to these? Then there's our piece I tried to show out in the sun before that. I don't know if it picked up. There you can see kind of a little bit of the look of the. I don't know why it won't show. I can see it in the light here in front of the camera, but it's not really showing. There you see a little bit of it showing up there. Yeah, those little specks all through it like that. So really cool. And like I said, the small ones are neat. I really like the small ones that came out. And little chips that came off of the bigger one, that I think that's what these are off of that larger piece of jasper that was in there. Or we'll have to look. We'll do a before and after look because I've got some that are. There's a piece that's kind of jagged that looks like it broke off of it later on in the polishing stage, but. So, all right, but yeah, this is mainly for the ocean picture stone that got me started on this, and I'm really happy with the way those came out. And they, like I said, they look like they're still kind of wet, but this has been thoroughly dried. So, all right, man. Well, that will do our wrap up on our first round of polishing with the National Geographic Rock Tumbler and the Dan Hurd Ocean Picture Stones. And like I said, they came out really beautiful. I'm really happy with them. And all the other cool stones that came in, they do sell a bag of these National Geographic stones. Hey, there's a little, see how pretty that little broken shard is that came off of that tiger eye? That's one of the coolest pieces in there, I think. Yeah, so you can get, it's like $25 or $30 for the bag, but it looked like it was a pretty decent bag of variety of rocks. And from what came, this just came with it. I'm real happy with what came with it. So I'd be willing to give them a shot and see. Like there's another one that's got a really nice. Some of these leopard stones came out really with that glassy shine look to them. So, like I said, overall, it's better than I was expecting to get. I was just wanting to get that, like I said, I was always going for that glassy finish at the end. And so yeah, let me know. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna contact Jeff and see if it would make a difference. Would it add another layer of shine to them, hitting them for another week, or is this about what you can expect on these? So, but either way, like I said, I'm still learning. I'll learn what rocks will shine up and which ones will stay, dull. That looks more like just a river stone that you'd find polished from naturally in the river, without the glassy shine, but a smooth polished stone. Kind of like that jasper one there is too, somewhat. So. But, and then that one, like I said, the one that's got more porous, very cool look to it. It's a pretty stone. You can see that the etching in it through the veining. But like I said, it's not a slick, it's a porous feel to it. So, well, all right. So that's it. And again, thank you for joining me on this little journey going through the first round of ever doing this, and checking out our ocean picture stone. Basically, was the start of this. And we'll see what will go in the next round. I won't be doing a full series like this one was, just because this was our beginner. But we'll do them in like 1 or 2 parts, so in the start and the end, and go and see how we progress in doing this. Unless y'all want to see more, see more videos of it, then just say, leave a comment and say, yeah, show more episodes. I mean, they're all, 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not like a long one of my videos you got that are marathon video. Yeah, again, look at that, beautiful, nice, all that veining in there, and I've got my glassy sheen. So yeah, like I said, I'm really pleased with the way this came out the first time, and looks better than a few of the ones that I was watching on YouTube for sure, with people doing them for the first time. So I don't think it hurt doing the extra steps at all, and that's it. So once again, thank you so much. And like I said, we'll see what we get on the next coming arounds on this. Peace out, my friends.